So I hope the mic quality is better this time. So the last yapping, damn, I can't fucking read. So the last yapping session didn't go very well. So now I have proper bullet points on the screen in front of me. I also have a pop, I was gonna say a pop filter. I have a sock over my microphone now. So the mic quality should be a little bit better. And today I'm gonna be talking about why I think anime suck. Don't get me wrong, the actual shows themselves are wonderfully crafted and I enjoy myself with good anime from time to time, but like, man, it's like brain rot inducing a lot of the time. It's just so hard for me to be consistently entertained by an anime. I just always end up reading the manga and then watching the clips of the anime in order to see how good it's animated. But why is this? First things first, the animes are actually dragged on like a lot. Like they'll be going like one chapter per episode type shit, which is ridiculous, I think, because it tends to ruin the story. To elaborate on that, the pacing of the story is really important in crafting the story. If your story is too slow, if it's not getting to the point quick enough, people are going to lose interest. If it's not doing things to lead up to the point, they're going to lose interest. I think the main thing is that you have to have subway surfers on the side, like it's a TikTok. Not literally, but figuratively. I was told not to use analogies, but I don't care. You have to have something that keeps the viewer enthralled and enjoying it. Now, for a lot of people, just looking at the flashy colors and things like that moving on the screen is enough, but for me, it's not, and I think that's my problem. The Subway Surfers for me is just the story being really good, or the characters being really good, like real, like feeling real. I think that's like the big thing. I tried watching this show called MASHLE the other day, and the characters did not feel real. It was a good show. I enjoyed watching the 2 episodes I did before I got bored, and I think that's really important in any show, in anything. It's not like that's like an actual critique of the show. I'm not genuinely trying to say they need to make the characters in a fantasy magic anime more realistic, because that's stupid. I'm just saying that for me, it helps when the characters feel a little bit more realistic, or at least when the performances are done realistically. I have a whole video ready on dub voice acting, but god damn, they are fucking awful at that shit. What I mean specifically with this is that shows tend to just leave things lingering for far too long, specifically with conversations. Like, these conversations could have ended much sooner. They gotta like wrap it up, bro. Take it to the press. Some of these characters just talk and yap and non-stop, like I'm doing right now, except worse, because you're not watching it for the yapping session, you're watching it to see the story unfold. I'll mention that seasonal animes tend to do this less, and I think that's better for the industry to like just run things that way. Cause like, for example, there are 2 shows that come in mind that are like polar opposites in terms of pacing and keeping things consistent. One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen. One Piece has been going on for a long time. I know, it's over 1,000 episodes, blah, 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 blah. My main thing is that the actual show itself could only be like 800 episodes, 600 to 800 episodes if they paced it properly. But there are entire arcs where they're going like 1 chapter per episode. They're just getting 1 chapter per episode. That's not how it's supposed to go. I don't know how many chapters Jujutsu Kaisen does per episode, but they keep it rolling very smoothly. They don't let things linger for too long. Bro, I cannot tell you while I was watching One Piece how annoying it was to see Luffy running for fucking 6 episodes straight to get to Doflamingo and Dressrosa. That was ridiculous. I literally dropped the anime after Dressrosa. I just couldn't. I had to read the manga because that shit actually fucked my brain up. Now I just watch clips every now and then. I see something on Instagram, but that's besides the point. Jujutsu Kaisen does it masterfully in the way that it feels super smooth. Now it's not perfect, but it feels smooth enough to the point where I'm watching it and I'm like, yeah, this is nice. I can sit down and watch this, and I can sit down and binge this if I had to. I could sit down and watch this weekly because everything is unfolding smoothly enough to where I'm not annoyed that, oh, nothing happened this episode. Because something happened the episode. One Piece, not the same at all. I ended up having to read the manga and something always happens every single chapter. But to go on to my next point, reading the manga is a more pure experience regardless, because at least to me, I can genuinely see the author's original intent in most scenes. Something that I think animes can't always transfer correctly. Some anime like Chainsaw Man tend to change how the overall experience of the show is. The manga feels a bit all over the place and great, but the anime is much slower paced and takes its time. There's a whole fucking 6 minutes or something scene of fucking the guy Aki Aki, because Aki. He's fucking cutting up vegetables and shit. And while that's nice to see for a little bit at a time, I'm watching this shit for Chainsaw Man. And I get a lot of people like that. So I'm not, again, this isn't like a valid critique of the show. This is just how I felt of it. I feel like I gotta say that a lot because the horny Chainsaw Man fans are gonna come after me and murder me. And I'm not fucking with that because I fuck with the manga. As badly drawn as it is, I fuck with the manga like a lot. I think the manga is sporadic and it feels action-packed and great. The manga, the anime doesn't feel that way. However, I will say that the pacing of the Chainsaw Man anime is still better than like One Piece. Speaking of One Piece, one thing that they do that really pisses me off is the fucking fan service. So, oh my God, bro. So, like, they'll draw Nami and Yamato and Robin with these fucking gargantuan, unrealistic, annoying ass tits, and it pisses me off. It just looks so bad. Like, it looks so bad, and they'll draw these tits jiggling in my face, and I don't want to see that. I want to see Luffy jiggling in my face in Gear 5 already. I had to wait so long for that shit. Fan service varies from anime to anime. In Dragon Ball, the fan service is a guy getting a new hair color. In One Piece, it's Nami's tits getting bigger and bigger per episode. Now, this isn't every anime. I'm not gonna sit here and say Full Metal Alchemist has fucking big titties everywhere because it doesn't, but when it's bad, it's egregious. And with all these anime that have the bad fan service and all the anime that have poor pacing, it also just makes it hard to watch all of these. So Crunchyroll has a huge list of anime, but like I tried watching OSHI no Ko because I wanted to know what the fuck the plot was. These niggas made me download Hulu, bro. Hulu. To watch a fucking anime. I had to start a free trial of that shit. Bro, if I forgot to cancel that, that's like 15 bucks out of my pocket. That's crazy. I can't have that. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm broke as fuck, which is why you should subscribe. The anime are spread across so many platforms that deadass, it's just easier to watch it illegally. I know it's like immoral or whatever, but fuck that, bro. Like, I'm not downloading these extra fucking sites to watch these extra fucking anime. I don't even know, was OSHI no Ko? Because I know I had to fucking watch an anime on Hulu and an anime. Fuck. I know I had to watch an anime on Hulu and I know I had to watch an anime on Amazon Prime, but I don't know what I was watching on what. I think I was watching Undead Unluck on Amazon Prime. And I was watching OSHI no Ko on Hulu. Regardless, it was fucking weird, bro. It was the dumbest thing I've ever had to do. I never thought I'd have to get Hulu for a fucking anime. That's crazy. This isn't too big of a problem now because, like, I want to watch anime in, like, 4K. And the streaming sites, like, the actual legitimate streaming sites are the only way to do that because the illegal ones don't always look that good. Regardless, I want to take some time to talk about the things I do enjoy to give you guys a little understanding of how I feel. First thing, the main thing that everybody knows I fuck with. It's, like, my biggest fucking hyperfixation. Dragon Ball. I'm not gonna tell you that's the best fucking thing ever created because it's not, but it's my favorite thing. I like the forward storytelling. I like how every arc smoothly goes into the next one as if it's like one long story rather than a bunch of smaller stories embedded into a big fucking like thing like Dragon Ball. And I really like the subtle yet great character writing. I think it's underrated. Now, I will say Dragon Ball Super fucking sucks. It's a bunch of new hair colors with mindless fighting and no actual good storytelling besides the manga after the Tournament of Power, but that's besides the point. I like Jujutsu Kaisen. I think it's a fun, action-packed anime that genuinely kept my interest throughout it because it didn't sit on anything for too long, I think, and it knew when to continue the plot and go further into the story. It built up all these things, and in season 2, it delivered. It was really good. Season 1 was just okay. Season 2 was really good. I fuck with season 2 heavy, which is crazy because I was saying that shit was mid. I was, there are two paths you can go down. You can either be a Jujutsu Kaisen rider or a Jujutsu Kaisen hater. I was a hater, but then I like switched mid-path into becoming a fucking rider. One Piece. I don't really have to say much about One Piece. I fuck with One Piece because of the story building and the focus on the characters and the world building and the world Oda's created in general. Although it has a lot of fan service and the women are built like this, Full Metal Alchemist. And then play the Full Metal Alchemist like thing right there. Full Metal Alchemist crafted his story brilliantly. It keeps your interest throughout via like comedic hijinks and serious plot lines in the middle of all that. No, I'm kidding. There's serious plot lines and then there's the comedic hijinks in between that. There's good character development and it's superb world building. It's a great story from start to finish and it's not too long to where you feel like it's dragging. It continues everything perfectly. I think in terms of perfection, Full Metal Alchemist is up there. This is just a small list of the anime that I've watched that don't suck. I could name a bunch of anime that I've watched a couple of episodes of, but just couldn't continue because it's just so slow and such. But that would be a waste of time because I think that that's a majority of the industry. I feel like this might just be a Zoomer mindset about things, considering that it's not keeping my attention. I don't have Subway Surfers and keys jingling in my face with the fucking AI text talking over the screen and fucking Minecraft parkour or GTA fucking cars going down. But if a show is actually good and worthwhile, I will literally binge that shit until I'm finished. I finished The Bear in like 2 days because of how great it was. I know that's not anime, but this goes for all shows, I think. I can't just sit down and watch something that isn't fun, well crafted, or anything. It's just mindless watching people do things in a show. It doesn't feel right to me. I don't think anyone can. I don't want to just assume that that's a Zoomer mindset to have, but I don't know, man. I'm just yapping. Who cares? Moral of the story is that I think anime are majority boring as fuck because the industry doesn't put as much work into writing and crafting them as they do overworking animators. Not to say every anime doesn't do all those things. There are anime that put work into crafting, writing, and developing everything and overwork their animators. But majority don't. Majority just overwork the animators. Anyways, that's my yap session this week.
Please
Stay
subscribe.
tuned.
I'm begging you.
That was so bad. That was so bad.